Well, we've seen some great action on track here all the way throughout the week here at Cheltenham. The difference between winning and losing is fine margins, how a race develops for both the horse and jockey, and the difference it can make to winning or losing at the end of a race. And on that team, Jane Mangan joins me now. We're going to have a look back at a race Jane has picked out to analyse. And Jane, you've gone with the opening race on day 2 Wednesday.
Yeah, the Turner Novices Hurdle. Look, we all know the good stories, the elation from this week. But this can be the loneliest place. It can be a nightmare because the racing is so competitive that nobody gives an inch. So we're going to take the Turner's Novices Hurdle from the very start. And the 3 horses we're going to watch the way through this race, Fran, is the Yellow Clay, the New Lion, and the favourite Final Demand. And maybe where the winning margins were lost and gained for Harry, for Paul and for Jack. So as they jump off, the favourite, Paul Townend and Jack Kennedy on the Yellow Clay, are up sides, red cap, navy cap. Interestingly, I think from the very beginning here, Fran, in the first colours of JP McManus, the white cap, Harry Skelton has gone out with a game plan. I'm going to follow the favourite everywhere.
Yeah, and Paul Townend is riding a horse that's dropping down a furlong and trip in Final Demand, different ground in comparison to what he raced on at the Dublin Racing Festival, and was probably surprised Harry in that he was probably expecting him to be more forward than what Paul elected to do initially out at the start of his tips.
I think a lot of us thought Paul would take the box seat and Harry Skelton may be the same. So when Harry opted to follow Paul sitting mid-division meant that he was nearly last as they turned away passing the stands with a circuit to go. Jack Kennedy opted to take that inside box seat, going the shortest route, and ultimately I think had the perfect pitch on the Yellow Clay. So absolutely no excuses from his perspective. As they turn away into the back straight, you can see the second horse is currently in the box seat, the orange colours, who eventually finishes third, Final Demand. He's sitting mid-division, and all the while Harry Skelton probably a bit further back than ideal, thinking, oh my God, Paul Townend, I hope you make a move early.
You're looking for a ground-saving run at Cheltenham, particularly on the old track, but as a consequence you can often get congestion as well through a race.
Definitely, and they're going at generous pace. They're doing 30 to 32 miles an hour all the way. As we see them hit the top of the hill here, Jack Kennedy's right behind 6 Mile Bridge and Potter's Charm. He's not giving them an inch. Paul Townend is one off the rail now, thinking, I'm going to come around Jack, but Jack isn't going to stay inside. He's not going to get boxed in because he's alive to the fact that Paul Townend or Harry Skelton will have the opportunity to push him in behind the receding leaders, and that's crucial when you run down the hill here. You don't want to get caught behind a horse that is coming back in front of you and ultimately will force you to drop back. But watch the white cap here as they jump. I think it's 3 out. Harry Skelton has a decision to make. Do I stay inside 6 Mile Bridge and Potter's Charm, or do I follow Paul Townend wide? He double thinks here. He moves out, but as he approaches the next hurdle, he wheels back in. He's undecided. Wheels back in, thinks he's going to take the inside route here. But watch the red cap of Jack Kennedy. Look at his left arm. Look at the left rein. No. That is not an open door. That's my ground. I'm going to take the rail. Paul Townend then comes to his flanks and makes sure that Harry has to go around the pair of them if he's going to make a challenge. And as they run to the last, Fran, that's the crucial point. He moves out. The fact that the fine margins are so small and he did those manoeuvres, I think this is a really good horse. He was very long at the last, do or die. He committed and he got there.
And the Yellow Clay back in second, he's rallying now but haven't got momentum up. The eventual winner, New Line, just finds out a little bit more late on. If the New Line had got beaten, that home turn decision, looking to go towards the inside, looking to go out, that could have been a race changing move.
Put it this way, if Harry Skelton got up the inside of Jack Kennedy there and the winning margin was that winning margin, Jack Kennedy would not have wanted to come back into Gordon Elliott. Jack Kennedy did everything right and still got beaten, and that's the only time when you can come back in with your head held high. Final Demand looked like a slow horse to me. He looks like a real stayer. Maybe he'll end up in a Gold Cup type of a race or Brown Advisory next year. I think the winner's a champion hurdler because he was so far out of his ground. He was able to use acceleration to get into a challenging position, and then after the last, accelerate away. That's 2 change of gears. That's rare.
There you have it, Cheltenham, winning or losing, it's all about fine margins.